Hey. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. It looks like things are changing in America, folks. Joy Reid has she didn't step down, she got fired. And Rachel Maddow and Don Lemon, they're all having a freak out. It looks like Joy Reid can hit the streets just like her friend Don, so people like us control the heck out of them. Let's go ahead and just watch this video of Joy Reid breaking down into tears. Let's go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage.
Value. And that, I'm sorry, that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And I think this is kind of like me on TV, so I apologize. And then it mattered. I see Karen is there, and she's been texting me as well. And so what I will just say is that in the end, thank you.
Did he really just bring her a damn tissue just to get a little camera time? Really? You know what? Nobody, I don't believe these tears. I don't believe these crocodile tears for 1 minute. The guy actually brings her a damn tissue. Look at this.
And so what I will just say is that in the end, thank you.
Thank you. You know what? This is ridiculous.
And that, that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I try not to cry on TV. And I think this is kind of like me on TV, so I apologize.
Let's go back and play that footage. Look.
Where I land is that the moment of guilt that I felt, that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or a dad that was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted and not just Black folks, that
oh my gosh, just keep it going.
Value. And that, I'm sorry, that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And I think this is kind of like me on TV, so I apologize. And then it mattered.
You know, I'm not buying it 1 damn minute. I'm not buying it.
Went hard for immigrants who've done nothing but come to this country like my parents did and try to make a life, and defended them. Or whether we've talked about what the president is doing that is subversive to the Constitution, that is injurious to our liberty, defending books that people find inconvenient, that Nicole Hannah-Jones put into our spirit, that we need to understand 1619 as the real founding of this country, whether it's talking about any of these issues, and yes, whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as the American people.
Oh, you know what? We as American people, stop it. You don't care about the people over there. You only care about your damn self. We played the video the other day. You talking about all your awards. Look at my award,
Have a right to object, to little babies being bombed. And where I come down on that is I'm not sorry. I am not sorry.
Oh, stop playing a victim. That's not why. You just spread hate. That's all you do is spread hate. That's
people arrived at USA on Friday. They forced their way.
Yeah, we know what you mean. We're not believing your fake tears.
Up for those things, because those things are of God. And I'm a church girl too, and those are the things that I was taught were of God. And so I'm not sorry. I'm just proud of my show.
You're proud of your show, and you're bringing God into this. You know what's funny? Look what Megyn Kelly said.
Tonight will be Joy Reid's final show on MSNBC. Single tear, white woman tears happening right here, Joy. She was officially fired over the weekend because she's a racist, horrible news anchor with no ratings. And that's That's really been the truth for a long time. MSNBC is under new management, and I guess they decided to come to grips with reality. The truth is, this is very sad news for us, as she's provided so much material over the years. I feel the way I felt when Brian Stelter got fired, but he came back, and you never know. I'm sure Joy Reid will wind up doing something where we will continue to get to respond to her absolutely insane POV.
And then Don Lemon says this.
50 some years as a person of color. Go fuck yourself. Okay? I usually don't like to talk about her because she's one of those people, she thrives on it. She has built the second part of whatever of her career on being a troll. So this is what Megyn Kelly said about Joy Reid, right? And remember, Joy Reid is a woman, Megyn Kelly is a woman. She's supposed to be all about women and, you know, supports women. Okay, so this is what she said. Remember when Joy Reid laughingly mocked white women tears as pathetic and offensive to her? Who's crying now, Joy? Good riddance to the absolute worst person on television, and shame on NBC for letting it go on this long. And she has a, you know, she is an axe to grind when it comes to MSNBC. And also, this whole, she's racist, right? It's just, I'm going to give you the evidence. Supposedly learned from it and then spent every day after apologizing for it and being fired for it, then spent every day proving the point that she is a racist. And not very supportive of women. If you look, all you have to do, the evidence is in her Google search and what she says about women, how she calls them out all the time. The worst person. No, Megyn Kelly, the worst person on television was fired from NBC in the Today Show a few years ago, and that's Megyn Kelly.
Oh, Don, I don't know what's funnier, watching you have a meltdown or Rachel Maddow.
Nights except for Mondays. So that's a big change. An even bigger programming change is at 7 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern, where Joy Reid's show, The ReidOut, ended tonight. And Joy is not taking a different job in the network. She is leaving the network altogether. And that is very, very, very hard to take. I am 51 years old. I have been gainfully employed since I was 12. And I have had so many different kinds of jobs, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Working when you were 12? Listen, I had a job in high school. I was 15, but 12? What were you doing? It reminds me of the time I was in New Jersey and I walked into a Quiznos. It was owned by an Indian man. And I remember going to the register. The kid had to be like 12, taking our order. And I don't know if it's against the law, but if it's a family business, I think you can still work. But I remember looking at my friend like, it was a Quiznos. And we all know Quiznos, they had a good ranch turkey. Quiznos had a great turkey ranch and Swiss. But let's be honest, folks, Quiznos has not stood the test of time. I think they went bankrupt. Anyway, the person who took my order had to be like 12. I guess what I'm saying is 12 years old? I don't know. I don't know if working at 12 in a Quiznos or whatever Rachel was doing, let the kid go out and have some imagination and fun. They have their whole life to work. 12 years old.
But in all of the jobs I have had, in all of the years I have been alive, there is no colleague for whom I have had more affection and more respect than Joy Reid. I love everything about her. I have learned so much from her. I have so much more to learn from her. I do not want to lose her as a colleague here at MSNBC. And personally, I think it is a bad mistake to let her walk out the door. It is not my call, and I understand that, but that's what I think. I will tell you, it is also unnerving to see that on a network where we've got two non-white hosts in primetime, both of our non-white hosts in primetime are losing their shows, as is Katie Fang on the weekend. And that feels worse than bad, no matter who replaces them.
Okay, then give them your job then. What then give them say you want to step down. and say you want Joy Reid to have your time slot then. Like, what is this? Like, you're on air right now, and I get it. You feel like you have to say something, because if you don't, you might get some backlash from people internally in the network or whatnot. But what is this like? Other people lost their jobs. It's just me, a white woman. I still have my job though. Like, what, boo hoo. Like, dude, people got more fish to fry. People don't care about this stuff. The only reason why I'm covering this before I get ready to do today's podcast is to get me warmed up for today's show. We're going to talk about Dan Crenshaw threatening Tucker Carlson. We're going to talk about Donald Trump and macaroni, who showed up to the White House, and a lot of good stuff on today's show. So make sure you guys go to Compound Censored later on today. Make sure you like, share, hit the notification bell. And honestly, I don't want to hear Rachel complain anymore. I don't care. I don't want to hear about your guilt. I think this is funny right here. Look at this.
Oppressive hot days aren't a coincidence. They aren't. They are the predictable impact of the climate crisis. And they're not just an inconvenience. They're also killing us at higher rates.
Hey, like, share, hit the notification bell. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you use promo code OFFTOPIC and go to stayhighlypositive.com for the official Off Topic Show merchandise. I'm off to film today's episode. I'll see you guys later, dude. Man, that was just too funny, dudes.